white flag waving. This is to the bitter end. 'Cause this is what I live for. I never quit, no, no. This is what I live for. I take another swing, so I never miss, no, no. This is what I live for. It's time to kiss the ring, oh, I'm trying to get cold. 'Cause this is what I live for. This is what I live for. I never quit, no, no. This is what I live for. So what's the damage? If you got bones with what I said, I didn't plan this. But I'll keep going till I'm dead. I don't need company. No, I'll ride alone instead. You might want something. 'Cause you're cleaning up my mess. I don't wanna see that white flag waving. This is to the bitter end. 'Cause this is what I live for. I never quit, no, no. This is what I live for. I take another swing, so I never miss, no, no. This is what I live for. It's time to kiss the ring, oh, I'm trying to get cold. 'Cause this is what I live for. This is what I live for. I never quit, no, no. This is what I live for. I don't wanna see that white flag waving. This is to the bitter end. 'Cause this is what I live for. I never quit, no, no. This is what I live for. I take another swing, so I never miss, no, no. This is what I live for. It's time to kiss the ring, oh, I'm trying to get cold. 'Cause this is what I live for. This is what I live for. I never quit, no, no. This is what I live for. 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 This is what I live for doing this sucker and climbing up to get back down. This is what I live for. Riding anyway till the deep gets dark, and I'm never gonna miss no.
Ladies and gentlemen, I mean, today's interview is one of the most powerful women in network marketing. This woman, she's a dear friend. She's the top income earner in her company. She is, bright light inside of our profession. She's so fun. She's so smart. She's so amazing. She's so powerful. And ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Gloria Mayfield Banks. Gloria, thank you so much for being here today with me.
Are you kidding me? With that kind of introduction, I would be anywhere with you all the time. And you are the most powerful woman in network marketing. And I have loved the evolution of this event. I remember when it was a brainchild, I was so excited to be there with you at the first time. And now look what we are creating together, and look at your dream come true. I'm so excited.
Oh, thank you so much. You were the one who kind of like said the word powerful in such a way that all the speakers keep repeating for years and years and years. It's just so fun. And Gloria, I mean, it's like the list of your accomplishments goes on and on and on. And a lot of women looking at you and they're just like, oh my gosh, she's so awesome. She's so powerful. But I want to go back for a minute and I want to talk about little Gloria. Gloria, when you were like 3 years old, 5 years old, what was going through your head? And what do you thought about, if you thought about at that time, who you want to be, what's your life going to look like? And, talk us about, and your upbringing as well, tell us about that little girl.
Okay, that is such a fun story. It's funny when we go back and think about that time, because we don't go back there often enough. But I will tell you, I brought up in Detroit, very strong middle-class family. Both my parents were educators, and I grew up dyslexic. And they found out I was dyslexic in the 7th grade when I took my textbook, and used it for my book report, cut up all the pages from it. My mother was mortified that I would cut up a textbook. But I've always been a person who was going to get something done. Now, here's the thing that's hilarious, is that when I was a little girl, I thought I was going to be a comedian. I wanted to be a comedian. Is that hilarious? Because I don't tell this story often, but I wanted to be a comedian because I could not do the schoolwork. I wasn't great at the academic piece of it at that time because I didn't understand what I wasn't understanding. So for me, the beginning was I would make people laugh. I had the gift of gab. I like to talk. I love giving other people joy. And so I really thought that's what I was going to grow up to be. I had absolutely no desire or understanding of entrepreneurship at all, like at all. So this was an unusual path for me to take.
But it's so interesting because you said that you wanted to be a comedian, but comedian is just a way of, like you said, bringing joy. And I think you actually fulfilling your childhood dream by bringing joy to people just through a different medium, by giving them the financial opportunity, by giving them, confidence, by giving them the belief in themselves, by improving their lives. You bring people joy. And every time I see you, every time I talk to you, you are living and breathing joy by yourself, in yourself.
Yeah, I think that this profession brings so many dreams out in us that we didn't even know were sitting inside of us. That's what I love about what we're doing here, because I remember watching a teacher teach with humor. And I guess what I want to say is that this profession continues to give us an okay to be successful, okay to be confident, okay to be funny. If you're funny. I always tell people, if you're not funny, don't try to be funny. It's okay to be exactly who you were meant to be. And so it did bring that out into me. And the other thing, Marina, that you're talking about is that it allowed me to have fun with who I truly am. Like, this is who I am. And I don't have to work for other people to accept me who I am. I can be who I am at 1,000%. And being who I am and learning how it's okay to be 100% who I am will attract the right kind of people to me, because that's who God meant for me to have.
Mm. You lead largely female organization, right? So I don't even know if you have any guys in your organization, but majority of them are definitely female. So, and of course, the statistics that we have inside of our profession, then 74% of all participants are women. But if you look at the broad spectrum of the entire profession, there is no 74% of women at the top. Right. And that's kind of like the challenging number for me. And I'm always questioning, why is that? Why is that? I have my set of beliefs, and I think the answers to that question. But what do you see by leading the largely female organization? What stops them? Because of course you have a lot of them at the top, right, but to get them there,
yes,
what do you think is the limiting belief there?
Okay, this is such a great question. Who knew you'd be such a phenomenal interviewer? I'm loving this. I'm loving this. The thing that I believe stops a lot of women from achieving the top positions is, number one, lack of role models in everywhere in their life. The profession of network marketing gives women a role model and a plan and a sight to see. Once you see something, you can achieve something. The other piece that robs women of their potential is their lack of confidence of someone behind them pushing them to a place that they've never been before. It takes a lot of courage to go someplace that you've never been before. And a lot of times when women have fallen down, there's no one to pick them up. There's someone to shine the light on how they've fallen, someone to shine the light on why they've fallen, someone to shine the light on reminding them that they've fallen, but not enough people shining the light on that they can be great. And although I work with the majority of women, I still think that when they're in front of us at one time, they go back to the place where they were before, either in their mind, in their heart, or in their soul. So I think that it's so important. What I want to tell you that when I think about this event, one of the things I tell people is put your body in the place where your mind can be shifted. Put your body someplace where you can be the upper half of that 74% that breaks through the norm that you grew up with, that you see on TV, that you talk to your friends about, when everybody is always telling you, oh, that's enough. That's enough. That dream is enough. That work is enough. You know, where you're doing is enough. Woo, that's so good what you've done. That's enough. We live in the world of that's enough, where when you're around some of the superstars, it's never enough. It's okay to hustle. It's good to go hard in the paint. I tell people it's good to go hard in the paint, because what you find out about yourself is more discoveries that you would not have found out about if you didn't go hard in the paint.
Yeah, it's like you said it so right, because like for me, the way I see the reason why we do not have that many women at the top is because we just don't believe in ourselves. Right. Yeah, like you said, it's just like having that goal and having that the possibility in that role model to that even dream big enough, you know, that it's possible for them. But then once we see that, in most cases, they're just like, I'm not just like her, you know, look at, because like, I know you are such a powerful presenter. You are such a powerful woman. And every time you walk the stage, everybody's like, not everybody, but a lot of women says, I cannot do what she does. She's so strong. She's so powerful. But at least they open up their minds that it's possible. Right. And I think once we help them to believe that, yeah, it's possible. You know, little Gloria was dyslexic, but she was able to overcome it. If she can do it, you can do it. You know, there is no, especially inside of our profession, I think the beauty that we have here is such a strong support system, because we want you to win. No matter where you are, no matter you're at the top, no matter where you are at the bottom, in the middle, whatever, or where you're coming from, it doesn't matter. In order for any single person to get to the top of their career, to get to the top of their company, they have to help as many people as possible to achieve their goals and dreams. So we are financially interested and rewarded to help you get to the top.
Oh man!
But how do we break that, you know, belief system? Do you have any thoughts?
I do. I really do. I think I've helped a lot of people become thousandaires and millionaires when they were breaking the cycle of just enough. And I think that one thing is that you learn how to win versus learn how to work. And I'm going to talk about that, because if you learn how to win, the work doesn't seem hard. It seems like it's joyful. And the other thing is that you have to learn how to take the next step. You know, so many of us, when our mind is open up to be that big person on the stage, all they think about is the big person on the stage. But that's not where you go next. It's where you go next. Master that, go next, master that, go next, master that. You might go from 3 people to 15 people to 50 people to 100 people to 2,000 people to 10,000 people. And that's how you get to that bigger, 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 bigger dream. My dream when I first stepped into this profession was very small. I mean, when I tell you small, I'm talking itty bitty. It was an itty bitty dream, but I saw more. I did more. I was recognized for more. I was cheered on more. I could cheer other people on more. So then I grew. It took the next step and the next step and the next step. So I think that instead of focusing on that end goal that you don't get to in the next 24 hours, that if you focus on the next goal and you master it and you feel the confidence and you are okay with growing the confidence there, then you can take on the next. You know, this profession is about reaching back and bringing a whole lot of people with you, but not for people who want to be dragged there. Top people don't drag people there. Top people take people who want to succeed there and show them the path. And I'm glad that I had a chance to see what I should do and what I shouldn't do, and was willing to learn and change in order to get different results. And I think that's what happens here.
There are 2 really important things here in what you said, and I want to kind of like tackle both of them. First is the minimum disease, you know, that we living in the world of the survivor, and survival is that's what you need to hope for, and that's what you need to live for. You are not brought to this world to survive. You were brought to this world to thrive. And once you realize that instead of just kind of like working just to work, but working to win, I mean, it just sets a whole different set of expectations, but it also kind of like opens up your mind to so many different opportunities. So I think once people realize that, you know, you are meant to thrive. And when I see successful people never tell another successful, first of all, they will never put another person down. I haven't seen successful people and happy people And confident people put somebody down.
Right.
The incompetent and unsuccessful and jealous and, all kinds of other people,
Selfish.
that's they live for it. That's they live to tear somebody down. But
Right.
successful people always reaching down and help you to get to the top. So if nobody is in your circle telling you, you need to do more, you are meant for more, you need to shine your light brightly, then this circle that you have is not the right circle. You need to be very, very careful, because if people in your environment keep telling you, like, oh, you're working so hard, you need to slow down. When enough is enough? How many toys do you need to buy? How many cars and mansions and all of that you need to have? When you hear this kind of a conversation in your surrounding, you need to run and run as fast as possible. They're not your people. They will not help you get to the top.
Let me tell you something. When you hear the women that are at the top of their game, the reason you bring together the most powerful is so that they can hear the same message again and again and again and again, and not run from the message, but embrace the message. You are not to stay on the struggle bus. You need somebody to push you off the struggle bus into the land of abundance on I-95, going at 100 miles an hour and telling everybody to get out of your way. That's where you need to be. You need to become comfortable in a different circle. And again, to move into a different circle, it takes courage. But you have to know that when you jump off the struggle bus, you're going to land on a very nice place of people that are going to support you towards greater. You're absolutely right. Sometimes we need someone to show us that it's not okay to hang around people who choose to think small and are okay with keeping you small. They're doing you a grave disservice, because how can then you impact? When I talk about create your queendom, I'm talking about creating your best self, creating the best for your family, creating the best for your community, and creating the best for your career. And that's why I love coming to events like this, because I love to be around women who take me to another level, where I know that there's more inside of me and I want to know how to get it. And so instead of just wishing, I tell people, you got to get off the wish lane and get into the got to lane, because in order for you to stop struggling and thrive at a big pace, you want to be around people who are running at that pace and you're like trying to keep up. If you're like leading the pack, that's a little bit of a problem. You want to lead the pack because someone else is pushing you further, because someone else is in front of you, pushing you to a place that's bigger than where you've just left.
So if you guys are feeling like you are on a struggle bus, put in the comments below. And if you're ready to get to the abundance land, put in the comments, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. I want to see your comments, because this is so big. And I just want you to open your mind to the possibilities and get off that bus, right?
Yeah.
Another thing you said, very, very important, and I want everybody to hear that, is you learn how to not drag people through the finish line. And I feel like we women get into that, minutia of emotions. And it's like, oh my gosh, did I leave them behind, or did they choose to stay?
Right.
All of that kind of that guilt kicks in, because we want people to succeed sometimes more than they want for themselves. Right. And because of that, that guilt starts kicking in. I'm just like, I'm pushing you, I'm dragging you, I'm trying to help, but you're not listening. So tell me, what did you learn in your career? How do you manage this situation now?
Okay, so this is so good, because I learned this. I don't let anybody go. I don't let anybody go. They let loose. And I just keep going. I keep going, and I keep going fast, and I keep going hard. And I invite them to stay in this circle. I invite them to stay in my playground. And I promise them that if they stay in my playground, they can only go up, because my passion is to make sure that you go up. If you're around, you're going to go up. Now, if you let go, I'm not going back there to get you over and over again. Absolutely, we look back. Absolutely, we find people who might have been misguided. So we give them some better instructions so they can see differently, so they can do differently. That's different than someone sitting back and expecting the leader to go and get them, expecting them to beg them to be successful, expecting them to convince them over and over and over again. That's a big difference. But I would tell you, every time I got caught up in the emotional piece of, oh, she's not successful because of me, I always lost. instead of, oh, she's not successful because she chose not to be successful. She chose not to make different choices. She chose not to dig into her courage. That led me to a different place. So I now know through my wisdom of running in this world of creating success in the network marketing field is that there are a lot of women who want to be fabulous. And those who choose not to be, that is not my deal. I cannot deal with that. And if I let my emotional roller coaster stop me because you chose to let your emotional roller coaster stop me, I'm stopping my impact. I'm stopping my influence, and I'm stopping who I'm meant to be. And then I'll end up on the struggle bus because you chose to be on the struggle bus. And that is a struggle for me.
Yeah, that's a problem. I always have that visual, you know, it's like I'm on the road and there is a ditch on the left and then ditch on the right. Right. And if I'm on my road towards my goal, I'm going there. But when people get in the ditches and they start screaming for my help, and I'm going to try to help you. Yes. I'm going to go to that right side. I'm going to help one struggler, two strugglers, and I'm not going to go to the left side. And first of all, I'm not walking into my direction, into my passion, towards my goal. I'm in the ditches the entire time. And that is not constructive. So yes, I can guide you, I can help you, I can advise you. But if you choose to stay in that ditch, it's your choice. It's not my choice.
You're more attractive when you're on that road. People want to be with you. People want to see where you're going. They don't want to see where you're stopping. They want to see where you're going. They want to see the possibilities. If I grab hold, I get to go with you. You're absolutely right. If I dig into that ditch and then I end up in the ditch, that's a problem for everybody. And it's not attracted and it's not attracting who wants. Winners love to be with winners all the time. And so I love this part of what we're creating here because we're teaching the law of success. There are laws that are there, not just, oh, I think it should be this way. No, when you start to figure out that everybody who's at the top of their game are thinking the same way, people who are at the top of their game are acting the same way. People that are at the top of their game get to help so many more people and do so many more good things with so much more because you can't give what you don't have. So if you don't have focus, you can't give focus. If you don't have desire, you can't get. If you don't have passion, how are you going to give it out? And if you don't have money, how are you going to give it away? How are you going to give away joy if you don't have it? So stay out of the ditch. Stay out of the ditch.
I love it. I love it. You know, and with the women's event, and you and I haven't had the conversation yet, but, you know, this year I'm going to take it to a whole different level. First of all, my goal is to have 150,000 people attending this event.
Yes.
We are climbing towards 100,000 and we still have a little bit of a time to go. So first of all, if you haven't registered yet, make sure to register. But one important thing I want to tell people, because the event is free. You know, and on one side, the reason why I did it free, because I wanted to make sure that we embrace everybody and give the opportunity to everybody. But now I'm kind of like questioning that decision. The reason why is because, you know, I want to make sure people understand that just because it's free, it does not mean it doesn't have value. It has ton of value. It has ton of value. The lineup that we put together is just insane. The top income earners inside of our profession, but also people like Gwyneth Paltrow, Kate Hudson, you know, Marie Forleo, Elena Cardone, Lisa Nichols, Dr. Shefali, and now Jamie Kerlima, self-made billionaire. I mean, the list goes on and on. All these women are mind-boggling of the level of success and awareness they all have. So first of all, I would encourage you, because we have the VIP option, which is $97. I mean, it's nothing. Seriously. If I would charge $1,000 for this ticket, it would still be worth it. If I charge $5,000 for this ticket, it still would be worth it. But here's the thing. Just because it's free, I feel like a lot of people don't value it and they do not have the same level of commitment to show up. You know, because like, oh, you know, I have a birthday party on that weekend. I don't know. I'll watch it here and there, you know, but if you have a little skin in the game, $100 is not going to change your life, but it's going to give you a little bit different mentality. You're going to show up with a different intensity. So talked about like, what do you see why people need to not just register and sign up and feel like whatever they're going to come and go, because
Right.
like it's going to be live, you know, there's going to be no replay. If you miss it, you miss it. So why do you think it's important for people to attend events, and what's happening if you had any life-changing moments at the event?
Okay. I'm so serious about this. I feel so passionate about this. I want you guys to really get this, because number one, the reason that we can do this free, the reason that she's giving you this gift is because of the pandemic and the way we are in the world today. This is not going to be the case a year from now. It wasn't a case a year ago. This is a unique situation where a gift is coming to you and you need to understand the gift. Personally, I always know that when you pay for it, you get some more, and it's always worth it. It is never something of this caliber where they underdeliver. They always over deliver. Number three, the number of people and the type of people that they're coming to you, these people can only walk at a level of excellence. That's the only way they know how to walk, is at a level of excellence. And that's the only way they know how to deliver. Plus, the reason that you want to come is because you want to see how the different personalities have gotten to that place. You know, you're always going to sit there and think, well, I'm not like her. Well, I'm not like her. But when you have this level of variety of amazing performers, instead of saying, I'm not like her, you're going to say, I'm going to take this from her, and I'm going to take this from her, and I'm going to take this from her, and I'm going to take this from her. And that's why you're not going to want to miss anything. You're not going to want to miss anything. And the reason I'm so passionate about events is because an event I attended changed everything from me. You might be able to relate to me where I set a goal, I missed it. I set a goal, I missed it. I set a goal, I missed it. Then I went to one event. And at that one event, I saw something that shifted. Here's what happened. The company didn't change. The products didn't change. The rules didn't change. I changed. And at that event, I changed from a hit and miss to a huge record breaker. Huge record breaker. And then I taught other people how to break those same records. So events can be the one thing. Now, why would you miss the one opportunity to be in that level of excellence? And this recipe that we're created, that Marina has created, it's never going to be like this again. So if you have the opportunity to be there with this, and when you have the magic in your hand to invite 5, 10, 15 other people, you will be so turned on with the electricity because you shared it with people that you know. It really does affect your ability to absorb when you think you're the only one that's absorbing it. But when you've shared this with other people and you can talk amongst yourselves with people that you know, and you've been able to give that gift to someone else, that's where the light comes on. And once the light comes on and you walk in the room, you can never turn it off. Be there, because I promise you, at that level of excellence, you're not going to see that again.
Yeah, you said something interesting that I actually haven't thought about it, because the recipe, the dynamic, the energy, because like all of those women coming together, you know, next year it's going to be different. You know, they're going to be different women. It's not going to be worse one or the other. It's just going to be different, you know, and at this event, they're going to be women who can particularly, you know, influence your life or empower it, or, you know, give you just one defining like tip or moment or idea or something that can transform your life. And why would you waste that opportunity? So make sure you show up and make sure you play all out. Make sure you come, you know, undistracted, because I know that a lot of women gonna be, you know, it's like, oh, I have kids, I have this, I have that. So just make sure you ask for your family to give you that time and say, this is my Mother's Day gift. Please, can you please give it to me? The 3 days of undivided attention to myself, so I can pour into me, so I can pour and fill my cup, so later I can pour back into you guys, my family, my team, and everybody, my friends, and everybody in my circle. So make sure to show up, make sure to show up ready to play big time. And Gloria, I'm so looking forward to see you at the event. It's been a while. I haven't seen you in person, so I'm looking forward to see you. And I know you're going to bring the heat. So ladies and gentlemen, please put in the comments below if you got any great ideas and tips from Gloria today, because she is just warming up. She only had a very short period of time today to pour into you. But boy, oh boy, buckle up for the event, because she's going to bring the heat.
It's going to be very, very good. And I cannot wait. When you put this all together, like you've put together with this vision and where you're taking, Marina, can I tell you that where you're taking the industry because of this event and events like this, it's so amazing what you're doing. And because I know some of those women that you named so well, because I've seen them, because I've learned from them myself, because I've implemented many of the things that they've done, I want to double up on what you said was women come prepared, block out the distractions. Block out the distractions, because when you finish, you will be a better you and you will be so glad. And you will have an opportunity to say, this event made the shift for me. And watch out, world, I'm coming in.
Love it, love it, love it. All right, guys, make sure you share this video with everybody, because every single person on your team, every woman, every man have to watch it. It's going to be amazing and powerful, because Gloria is coming in hot as one of the most powerful women in network marketing. I love you guys. Thank you.
Bye-bye.